Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And it states, "And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not." That was my inspiration for this video. As I was just reflecting on my journey in this homesteading slash farming arena, or this way of life, really just getting back to the land. It is easy to grow weary. It's easy, especially in well doing, because this lifestyle and well doing doesn't mean flawless perfection. It just means striving to live a purpose-filled life, a well-intended life, how the Creator intended us to live, and what He intended us to do. And when we're living this type of lifestyle, it's a lot of responsibility. And sometimes it can feel like a burden, which is why some farmers or some homesteaders quit eventually, because they've grown too weary. And as I was just reflecting on my experience, I realized, like, man, there can be some tough times, even if your intentions are great. But this is the thing. You have to change your mindset, right? When you understand that you will reap in due time if you endure, and you just keep going and you keep pushing past the challenges that may arise, then you'll be better suited and you'll be better equipped to walk this thing out. You see what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you may face, whether getting back to the land, just living a holistic lifestyle and different things, people might talk about you, or, finances might get a little short, or, you just feel like you're drained mentally or spread too thin. Just realize, like, it's going to all be worth it at the end of the day. And when you realize that this thing is bigger than you, it's not just you that you're doing this for. See, a lot of times we can be selfish in our mentality. Like, let's just be honest. We can be selfish and think just about ourselves a lot because we're tired, or we're frustrated, or we're angry, or whatever it is, how we're feeling at the moment. But when we realize this thing is bigger than us, this will impact generations to come. This will impact your children and how they raise their children. You see what I'm saying? This will impact people who view you, and this will encourage them to live a similar type of lifestyle as far as getting back to the land and, just breaking free from bondage in this system and everything that this system has us ensnared with. So it's bigger than you. And when you realize that, then you have a different mindset. You may take a loss, but you don't look at it as a loss. You look at it as a lesson. You look at it as, well, what can I learn from this so I don't repeat this, or this doesn't happen to me again? You see, you just have to change your mindset. But don't grow weary in well doing, because you are living a purposeful life. You are doing this for a reason. There's a lot of temptation to quit. When things may get too hard or seem like it's getting too hard, there's nothing wrong with having the feeling of wanting to quit. We as human beings, when things get hard, we want to preserve ourselves. We want to preserve our comfortability. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes when you actually do quit and when you actually do throw in the towel. That's not an option. But I understand why a lot of people do quit this lifestyle, man. Why a lot of people walk away from this, because it seems like it's just easier to conform and go along to get along. But when the purpose is bigger than yourself, when why you're doing what you're doing is bigger than you, then you'll understand, like, that it's not an option. I can't go back to that. There's nothing to go back to. Let's just be honest about that. There's nothing to go back to as far as, living in this system that we've been bred in, in Western civilization. There's nothing to go back to. Everything seems like it's going haywire, from the government to, the food, just everything in general. How everything was 20 years ago is not the same as today. So even if you were to say, I want to quit, I want to go back, I want to, continue, in going along to get along, you'll realize that there's nothing there. And so you'll realize you're in the right place. You're where you're supposed to be. But if you are a homesteader, farmer, somebody's just striving to live off the land, understand that you may face challenges. You will face challenges, but don't grow weary in well doing. Understand that the Father in heaven will sustain you. Understand what you're doing is bigger than you. Understand that there is purpose in what you're doing. You're not just wandering aimlessly. And when you understand that, and you lean not unto your own understanding and not unto your own will, but you cast your burdens on him that is able to sustain you, then you'll get the strength to keep going. You'll be able to build that endurance up, and you'll be able to continue to walk out your purpose. But man, I'm gonna let y'all go. I just wanted to bring y'all this word of encouragement. I pray it bless somebody. But like I always say, man, he who has the power to feed you also has the power to starve you. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Moms over Baghdad really ain't that bad. Little wiretap, yes, yes. Little dodge in the IRS. Little haven from the taxman.